Who got you that?
Feels good to be back.
Your mom got you that?
No.
You bought that yourself?
No. 5, 4, 3.
Elizabeth got you that?
No. None of that.
Who got you that?
I stole it.
From where?
Tyler Rogney.
Oh, that's Tyler Rogney's?
Yeah, he can't fit in this.
Well, obviously.
Yeah, he doesn't look good in this. So I took it.
I don't like that you do that.
I'm wearing his sweatpants too.
You just steal people's things.
Just his.
No, you steal everybody's things.
Like what?
My stuff?
Name an example.
Clippers.
You want to start an argument? You want to? We haven't been here in 3 weeks, and you want to get mad right
Hey,
out the gate?
the Clippers thing, it's done.
Yeah, I know.
You heard?
No.
Pfeffer has him back.
He took him back?
Yeah.
Did he really?
I brought him because I needed him to trim up my neck hairs
And he took it?
at the wedding. Yeah.
Did he really?
Yep.
Because you had it. Was it in the bag?
Yeah.
Is that a fact or no? Or you just
Yes,
lying?
that's a fact.
Why did he take him?
I don't know.
I think that's about right.
What?
If that's true, that's a good move.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it was really
There was a lot of turmoil because of those.
yeah, because you thought they were yours.
They are mine. They were rightfully mine.
It's very funny that
It was funny that neither of you guys. I mean, when I told Faf, and then he said it out loud, his recollection was then rejogged, but your recollection, just even after telling you that you were wrong, you were just like, nope.
You when you want to be right, you'll change the story a little bit to make yourself right.
No.
Yeah.
So I will tell.
I'll name like 3 examples.
I will tell chronological.
I'll name like 3 examples.
Okay.
Okay. The hair clippers, right?
Didn't change it.
You'll start off the conversation.
They're mine.
You'll start off the conversation with like
Pretty much from a legal sense, they're mine.
Just saying that they're mine, right? Yeah. And then you'll like tell the whole story, and then you won't be right, and you're like, there it is, I'm right, and you'll go through all of it, right? Hey. And the clippers won't be yours. They're not. They're Pfeffer's. They're back in his possession, and they're neither mine, right? You're just upset that you can't use them.
They were borrowed to me before I moved in with
the Tim Duncan argument, right? The argument started with Kobe is a better player than Tim Duncan all time, right? And then it changed to be like, no, I always said that it was at his peak, Kobe's the best, right? Better than him. And then it changes.
The exact way that argument started was we were talking about like all-time list, and then we go, because you said Tim Duncan, and I go, so would you draft Tim Duncan at his peak over Kobe Bryant? And you were like, yeah. And then that was when we were like, "Oh, you're dumb." Like that's when me and Dominic were like,
I would still take Tim Duncan.
That's fine, and I'm okay with that.
Timmy.
If that's your answer, if that's your answer, I'm fine with that.
When you draft Timmy,
but that was never changed. That was the original argument.
Okay.
I think that people interpreted it differently when I like said it. Like even when I say that to people and say it, I know that I'm saying it to them properly.
It's such a weird specific argument that you're saying. Like if you could just draft Tim Duncan from the start of when he got drafted to the start of when Kobe got drafted, you take Tim Duncan every time.
Yes.
And then if you say if you could take him at his peak, okay, you still take Tim Duncan.
No, because peak Kobe was a different. Like peak Kobe is in the conversation with LeBron and MJ, in my opinion.
Okay,
like
when
he's playing his best,
you're getting past the argument. This literally means nothing.
Okay.
That's one where it's like it just changes so you can be right. And then here's the next one. Yesterday we were just arguing about the Jeffrey Dahmer thing.
Okay, 2 of these are completely wrong. The last one, the Tim Duncan one, because the original, the fact that like you guys like swapped up on me was so fucking weird.
What do you mean, you guys? It's just me here, man. I'm just talking to you.
You and T-Voss.
What about him?
Because the whole thing started, I go, yeah, and then that Chinese guy ran away with a hole in his head.
Yeah.
And he got ran into by the cops.
Right.
That is all correct stuff.
No, you're changing it again. That's not what you said.
What did I say?
You were saying that's how he got caught.
I did not. You guys kept on saying that. I didn't even know he got caught because of the cops.
Well, you know,
I legitimately did not know what the story was. I just know about the Chinese guy, and they were like, "No, go back to him."
Yeah.
I actually know for a fact that I didn't say that, and that you guys are completely retarded and dumb Because I said even like, oh, yeah, take him back. I even brought up that point. I brought that up in the initial point. So how would I think that's how he got caught if he gave them back? That doesn't even make sense. You guys are just ignorant. You guys are stupid.
Let's move on.
It's so dumb that you guys thought that I changed that in any sense of the case. Because I was talking about how funny it was that they just gave the Chinese guy back to Jeffrey Dahmer. I was talking about how that's funny. How would I say that's how he got caught if they just gave him back?
I wish I could live in your body to understand your spectrum of emotion.
Because it's so fucking annoying when you guys try to change my like words.
I'm not changing nothing, man.
You
Do
guys
you ever
were-
wish you could be with me? See how I could, just getting pussy all day, just gliding through life, easy breezy, not really getting upset by stuff,
I do
being
wish.
able to poop in 35 seconds.
Yes.
Wouldn't that be nice?
Yes.
And then me, everything, just extreme happiness to extreme anger.
I just
to
like
extreme
I'm,
sadness.
I'm sweating right now because I'm so fucking angry. You guys both bring out like
you
this
keep saying
anger
you guys, it's just me, man.
because I'm. It is also,
It's just me here,
it
man.
was T-Boss as well. You guys both bring out this anger in me.
Right.
That they're I don't get it.
I don't get your anger either. And you get so angry for irrelevant things.
I had to take off this blanket because I'm so angry and just sweating.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So again, you were mad that I was just here at your house because you
Yes.
like to unwind. You like about an hour.
And
and
I
a half.
also didn't bring it up in an angry matter because I got my frustrations out in the car when I checked your location. Because I was texting.
Fuck!
I was texting you.
Be fair.
I was texting you to say 5:30, and I just start smacking my steering wheel. I go, "What the fuck doesn't he get?" And I say that, right, and you're
Yeah.
not there. And I go, "I have to go into this calmly because I do want to do the podcast,
Yeah.
and I don't want it to come off otherwise." But
I
I have
know-
told you multiple
I
times.
know you don't like it, right?
But if I'm going to text you 5:30, I get that we've been inconsistent. I get that there's this inconsistency. But
I get
cannot-
that we haven't done it in 3 weeks, and if I don't bring it up, I won't either.
But I cannot just come home to you. It like it frustrates me.
I know.
I legit have panic attacks.
Well, I
Like,
can't
thinking
you
about
know-
like I'll be sleeping and I've legitimately woken up like because I think that you're showing up at my house.
Yeah.
Even on days that like that wouldn't even make sense for you to show up at my house.
You know, I wouldn't show up like this if it wasn't for the fact of the inconsistency. If you literally consistently did it every day at 5:30, no problem.
But my job is not consistent. That's the issue.
I know, right? But like there's no warning. It's just I gotta play by the fly. Like I just gotta be ready at your beck and call, right? So it's fun to have, you know what? Today we're doing it on my time. Because we do it on your time 95% of the time.
Not in the last.
I know, because if it's on your time, it's not happening. Right.
Thank you.
So it's either we do it at an inconvenient time for you, or we don't do it.
But it's not. It's not that it's
Well,
even
then
it's
prove
not.
that
It's
we
not
can-
even an inconvenient time for me because
I know it
this
isn't.
time does work.
This works perfectly.
But you don't realize because you get to go home every
You're
single
right.
day.
I know
and
that.
have 3 hours of a nap.
I
that
know.
You get every
I
single
understand
day,
the argument, but hear this.
and you nap.
Okay, we'll go again next week, right? And if we don't do it, then guess what? Then again, we're back here, right? But if we do it, great. And then guess what? If we do it again, great.
One of these times I'm going to come home
Yeah,
and you're going to be waiting for me.
right.
Me, gun, bang, bang, bang. 3 in your fucking chest. Just like Tyler B on opening night of
I
a
love how
movie
you're
theater.
like, you just can't do it. I know we never do the podcast.
Yes, and I get that. But like, dude.
God, I want to continue not doing it.
Yes.
I know.
Thank you.
I know.
That, like if
Yeah,
we're,
unfortunately, I want to do it.
if we're
That's what-
completing each
that's-
other's sentences,
That's what sucks is that I like doing
do
it.
you ever get Instagram where they like you just get like 20 likes in a row, just from,
Sure.
like, a random account,
Yeah,
and then it's like, oh damn, I'm fucking who's messaging me like on Snapchat or something?
sure.
No, it's just fucking that shit.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah,
I'm glad you derailed the conversation for that.
yeah.
Dude, you have this incredible talent where if there's silence or there's like something relevant or interesting somebody's bringing up, you go, well, what about this thing that nobody cares about and doesn't get a reaction? And then people go, why doesn't this guy stop talking?
It's my thing.
We were watching Insidious, right?
Yeah.
And there wasn't a moment of silence when we went to a drive-in.
That wasn't all my fault.
No, I know it wasn't all your fault, right?
I mean,
but it's like I was like,
it
should have.
was like 98% my fault.
I mean, at one point you just put porn on during the movie.
Yeah.
That isn't anybody else's fault.
Yeah.
We were at a drive-in movie theater for our friend.
Mm-hmm.
The movie was at 10:30, and you were actively trying to not go to the movie because
spooky.
I don't even understand. Is that really what it is?
No, I genuinely I feel like I can talk with that friend group for a long period of time and like hang out because I don't get to see them often.
Yeah.
Outside of me being blackout drunk at weddings
Sure.
or like important events. So I thought that the bonfire was just such a nice thing.
It was good.
Because like
The movie was better.
no.
You're telling me you didn't have a fun time in the back of that truck?
I mean, it was fun, but like
Great.
would have loved to hang out with everybody.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah. Although I said everything was, because even when I wasn't talking or the active, I was causing people to talk.
I know. Yeah,
Like-
you were the sole leader of talking. You know what I learned though when I got into the car?
Mm-hmm.
You couldn't hear you guys, so it was totally fine.
Good.
I was like, oh fuck, dude! Like everybody surrounding is gonna be pissed because like you were playing porn, you were I mean, you were at a movie theater, right?
Yeah.
You guys are talking. You just got out of the car and pissed on the side of the road, like it's dripping down. Kids are driving around with like concessions and just stepping all in the piss.
Yep.
I was like, what are we doing here, man?
But
But it ended up being fine. It
we're
worked out.
cracking brewskis.
Yeah, we're cracking beers.
Yeah.
They sold alcohol there, so it didn't really matter.
Did they?
Yeah, they sold it on the cart, so like, who gives a fuck?
Okay. That's
What are they
good.
gonna do? Like, they're gonna stop it? We can't bring in carry-ins. It's a fucking drive-in theater.
Yeah. That was in my car.
That's probably why drive-ins stopped working.
Because you know what else is in my car besides Mike and Ike's?
What's that?
This Glock 9mm. What are you going to tell me? You know what I mean?
Yeah, shoot up with a tragedy.
It's so good that I don't own a gun.
I know it's very good that you don't own many dangerous things.
Yeah. My coworker.
It's good that you don't own a car. It's good that you don't own anything really.
Hey man,
What?
that's just a mean statement.
What?
You own nothing. You own
No, I
nothing.
mean you can't get around. It's good that you don't have like property. It's good that there's no like, because if you started gaining wealth and power again,
Yeah.
all of a sudden you have power over people, and that's no good.
I like having power.
I don't, because then you start getting away with things. You start paying people off to do things with you. I mean, you wanted to continue drinking and partying, so you asked your friend for $100 with $200 increase in interest.
100%.
100% interest, correct?
Yes.
Right. I mean, that is so stupid. He would have just deposited you the money, but now you have to give him $100.
Yeah. But no, I gave him the $100 back.
What do you mean?
Like I instantly just gave it back
Oh.
to him. So no loan payment.
Oh, well, at least you're smart.
Yeah.
Thinking.
Because you paid for the bill. So
Right.
now I can just pay you on Friday.
Right.
which
Very nice.
Which is great.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
yeah,
You covered it.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
No interest.
0 interest.
Yeah, and honestly, you probably get away with a little bit more. I don't think I charge everybody properly, but that's fine.
Yeah, I mean, I could pay you more too. I don't
Nice, man.
Yeah, I do like getting away with things, though. Getting away with things is nice. I win more board games. I win, I win everything.
Yeah, with just
When I have money.
money does solve a lot of your
When I-
problems.
Dude.
Not
what-
happiness, though.
Yeah, not happiness.
I know. No.
Yeah. Yeah, the happiest that I ever was the poorest I ever was.
Yeah.
Unemployed,
Right.
eating pizza every day.
Yeah, but you were still anxious.
Yeah.
Yeah, that doesn't go away.
You don't just solve anxious. That's like world hunger.
Right.
You don't just cure anxiety.
No. Mm-mm.
Dude, fucking lingering thought of World War II, World War III is right around us.
Yeah.
You think I'm not going to have anxiety?
Mm-hmm. Or the World of Warcraft just closing down. Yeah.
Hey,
Little
do
anxious.
not.
Little
Don't
anxious.
say shit like that.
I know. As we're watching, James is actively trying to stay logged in. Are the servers even that full now? They're still queue times?
There's queue times at like at 6 p.m.
Well, like a couple hours still?
Which I have to be online at like 7:40.
Blizzard Activision is one of the biggest video game companies in the world, and they still can't like afford to beef up their servers. I don't understand. Well, at least with World of Warcraft, it actually makes sense a little bit because you can't just have these servers that have like 1 million people because there's like tangible like NPCs that need to be like killed. And like if there's too many people on the server, it just would like actually.
Yeah, but then you got like Overwatch 2 where there was like
Overwatch 2 is stupid because like each match is like what, max 10 people?
Yeah.
12 people.
Yeah.
So you can just have infinite like scalable.
It makes no sense because it hasn't.
World of Warcraft's like a world.
It's never been an issue.
It's like
they
overpopulation.
They just reintroduced the game, so like the fact that it became an issue, it's very odd. But yeah, World of Warcraft, it makes sense because you overpopulate a server, it actually like.
But they should just make
economy,
more
servers
that like.
Yeah.
Like,
but it also isn't like
also there shouldn't be. It shouldn't actually be a fucking problem because if they capped out how many people can get onto a server, then there should never be like an issue of getting on, right?
Yeah, but I mean they had to fully lock servers because queue times were getting like outrageous.
Well, they shouldn't. Those servers shouldn't be allowed to.
So the issue is it is like not that easy of a thing to fix because the population in
Overwatch is easier, but go ahead.
Yeah, the population and like the like NPCs to kill and stuff, that's fixable by layering. Like they already have that fixed in the servers. Like that's not an issue.
What do you mean by layering?
You could be in the same spot as somebody on the same exact server, but there's multiple layers, so that way there's not overpopulation.
Oh, and you won't even see them?
Yes. So although you're on the same server, if you invite that person to your group,
all of a sudden they appear.
They then go to your layer.
Oh,
so that the only thing that it affects is like economics. Like the economy of like servers.
So it just gets fucked because
can
everything
be completely
becomes
fucked. Yeah.
Scarce.
Yes.
Resources.
And then having mega servers then creates like dead servers.
Yeah.
Which is shitty.
Yeah.
And making multiple different servers and like popping up too many also creates dead servers. So
well, yeah, I mean if you're layering, isn't the idea just to make another server and try to like get a huge part of the population of that server to go to another one? You know what I mean? Can't they do that?
I mean, they've done that, but there is just like, it's weird because the one biggest server, it's called Benediction.
Yeah.
People are just not like, they offered free server transfers.
And nobody wanted to leave?
They are holding strong. It feels like fucking goddamn GameStop.
Yeah,
like
they're just holding on the server.
They're holding.
I mean, what's the benefit of being in a large server like that?
Because they're under the impression that like people are going like there's going to be like a die out
of the game, so just get on the largest server.
So if you're just on the largest server, then you're just like you don't have to worry
to be able to play the game.
Yeah, you don't have to worry about like population, like because being on a dead server when like a game is dying, it sucks.
But
which it's inevitable.
If they give you free server transfers when that inevitably happens, then like doesn't that fix it? Can't you just go?
Yeah, I mean, like they allow you to transfer off dead servers as well. Like,
yeah, so then like, what's the man? I mean, it just to me it seems like they're fucking There's many conceivable problems that they can fix, and they just like
Blizzard's a shitty indie game company. They fucking suck.
Yeah, they're not really an indie game, right? Yeah. Is that the meme that everybody says?
That's the meme. Yeah,
that they make billions of dollars.
Fucking indie game company. They're they're probably the most earningest company.
Do you know that
like didn't we look that up?
They weren't number one
like
in the
number
world.
3. Like
they're number 7, but you X'd out a bunch of them and you're like that doesn't count. That doesn't count. But they're top. They're top 10.
I mean, like,
top 10 is huge.
3 of them were like just Chinese-owned companies.
I mean, like League of Legends, like Tencent. Tencent owns like a bunch of shit.
Tencent is a Chinese-owned, like,
and then Sony
conglomerate.
Sony, Nintendo. Well, Sony and Microsoft are bigger. But like, I mean, they have Xbox and PlayStation, so that makes sense.
Yeah,
you know,
which just like, I mean, it sounds shitty to like X that out, but I mean like. A strict game developing company.
Right.
Because that's not just what Sony does. That's not just what Microsoft does. strictly just gaming company?
Here's
Blizzard's probably the biggest.
here's the more impressive thing to say. They make more money than Nintendo does, and Nintendo has like the Switch.
Yeah.
So there you go. That's another tangible one.
They're big enough.
Yeah, they're big enough. They should be able to fix it.
And they pretty much said too about the servers. They were like, "Yeah, don't expect these to get unlocked because they won't. Like these servers are as beefed up as they can be. We can't get them beefier." And it's like, we know you got more beef.
Speaking of video games, this is the last podcast that I'm going to edit on my piece of shit computer that I got when I was 16.
Yeah, you excited about that?
I mean, I can't wait. I am doing measurements in my house so I can get a wired Ethernet port to go up the stairs. I mean, if you're going to spend $1,800 on a computer, I'm not going to use Wi-Fi anymore. I don't care. Elizabeth doesn't know yet.
Wait, you were using Wi-Fi this whole time?
100%. How else am I going to do it?
You haven't drilled the hole yet?
No, I mean, it's fucked where I'm at.
Where's the fucking thing right
In
now?
her office.
You're just moving that thing.
No, I can't. There's no upstairs. I've already tried. There's no upstairs thing. So I'm buying an Ethernet port and then I'm wiring it through up the stairs.
She doesn't know yet?
No.
Does she know about the computer?
She does. Yeah. I mean, all the parts are sitting on the living room table. We're just waiting for the case. It should come in.
Was she pumped for you?
I don't think so.
Was she like, hell yeah?
Yes.
Way to treat yourself, David.
No.
You've been working so hard at League.
I know.
You deserve this.
Gold for 40 LP.
Yeah.
No good. Are you playing this week?
Yeah.
It's a big week.
I'm thinking, because I raid tonight on Wrath of the Lich King.
Sure.
It's just finishing up. Probably take me about an hour.
How many?
I think I cranked out a few games.
How many raids? Is this the final raid for you? Of Wrath of the Lich King as of right now?
What do you mean?
Like, I imagine there's a finite amount of raids that have come out on Wrath of the Lich King. And I think they probably like tier it out. I'm sure it comes like not all of them are like available day one.
Yeah, so it's phases. Which
So are you completed with all of the raids up to this point after this one? Or
no, I've actually only done a singular raid. They release the very first phase in Wrath is a weird one. They release a bunch of raids. So, like there's 2 of them or 3 of them that are just one boss raids though.
Yeah.
And then there's 15 boss raid.
So why is today the like?
Because the 15 boss raid, we didn't have time. I mean, it's 15 bosses. That's like a lot.
These are all raids that you've done in the past before, back in the day, or no?
Yes.
Or did you not play well like that?
Yes and no. I mean, I'm pretty sure that I killed every single boss, but it's hard for me to remember. Like I was like 12.
Yeah.
When I remember like fond things of this raid.
You remember the feeling?
Yes, but like I don't remember like ever. It's weird to me because I don't remember ever full clearing. And there's like bosses where I'm like, well, I had to have killed that boss because this boss that I remember is after it.
Sure.
And so like that makes sense to me, but like I don't remember some of the bosses.
Right.
But that's just I think an age thing.
I think it's very strange that it took Blizzard this long to re-release this game and like tier it out like the way they did. Mm-hmm. Like thinking back to when, because for the longest time the communities did it. They just made classic WoW servers.
Yep.
And then,
which was very they very frowned upon.
I mean, by them.
Yeah.
But it's just, I mean, how lucrative is this for them now?
Yeah.
It makes them so much money. And I even think about it with League of Legends. I think it would be a great April Fool's Day. Like, you know how Earth used to be April Fool's? But like, just make the client like shitty again. Like
old school.
Just, yeah, I mean, make
a Mordekaiser, like just have one ability, like it's singular.
I mean,
like that's all it had back then.
Literally, like, and just like, because that game doesn't exist the way it used to be. The same way Classic WoW doesn't exist.
What did Mordekaiser's like ulti even do back in the day?
You put a dot on them, and if they died, you got a friendly controllable like of carry.
And then when they redid them, they allowed you to use it on like Dragon for a short little bit.
Yeah,
you're like, what the fuck?
So if Mordekaiser killed like a mid laner, it kind of sucked because you can't use their abilities. You really wanted their AD because that would be like an actual like tower pusher. It was like a 1-to-1 like Caitlyn essentially.
Yeah, and then who was Scion? Scion was a good one.
Scion
Because
had
Scion literally had like legit one ability.
well, he had the stun.
Yeah.
He had just like the point and click stun.
Yes.
He had his shield, which I think it's very his shield is pretty much the same.
Yeah.
Which it kind of exploded. I don't even remember what his ult was.
Yeah.
I don't remember.
I'm trying to think too.
No, I think he had an attack speed, like W, where he like just hit with his axe like crazy.
Yeah.
And then I don't remember what his ult was at all.
Yeah.
Cyan was pretty much like not a real champion. I do like when reworks like keep a lot of their soul in them. Like Aatrox was kind of not fucking what Aatrox was at all.
Yeah.
Cyan was a good rework. Tarek was pretty good. Akali is interesting because she still has her shroud and her jumps, but I don't even know why they reworked Akali. Akali always felt okay to me.
Yeah, it's Cyan has a 40% chance
Of what?
to take reduced damage from basic attacks.
That's his shield? Or is that his passive?
I don't think that's his passive.
Don't know how to read.
It's like weird how it's on this thing.
Okay.
And it has the stun, which was a gaze.
Yeah. Yep, his stun was that.
Death's Caress, active shield.
Yep, that's the shield.
The
The first one was the passive. Though.
Enrage, Cyan gains passive attack damage, but its basic attacks cost health.
Oh, that's what it was.
Cannibalism. For 20 seconds, Cyan gains bonus lifesteal. Yeah, he literally had one ability.
Yeah.
He had 3 buffs and 1 ability.
Right.
What a shitty champion.
Right.
Give me that shit back.
Yeah, I do want to do it.
Or
because you could...
the one-shot champions like Gragas, Nidalee.
Yeah.
Fucking
APE, Tristana, when she didn't have her exploding shot, it was just a dot. And if you went AP Tristana, it was fucking crazy.
Yeah. Jace
is the same.
Yeah, but like, give me
the scaling's
give
different.
me that scaling.
Right.
Like, give me the, if you get hit by an ability,
One ability,
you're
you die.
fucked. You're fucked.
Yeah, where people would...
Hey, reset.
People would throw the barrel, Gragas' ultimate, and like hit them into his standing barrel already and just 2-shot them. They didn't have time to react. Deathfire Grasp, do you remember that item?
LeBlanc.
Any AP champion?
Literally, yeah. That shit was sweet.
I know. It's just like I wish, I think that'd be great. I mean, the game's been out for 15 years and it just doesn't exist. There's no way to play it. I think it'd be fun to do like I don't even know if you can do it like.
No, because I do think that there's like private servers for Riot game.
I'm sure, but like it'd be perfect for like an April Fool's like month or something.
Yeah, that'd be dope.
And yeah, because it's like, who gives a fuck, dude?
Yeah.
That all the shitty graphics. I want to see it. I want it.
It was funny because like you watch these older like videos of like
Bring back Nunu.
champ selects, and you're like, what champion did they even pick there?
Mm-hmm.
Like, what fucking champion is it?
I kind of still feel like that now. With some of the skins, I'm like, I literally have no idea what champion that is.
Yeah, I feel that.
Watching the World Championship with Tyler when we were high was truthfully one of the greatest ways to watch it.
Yeah.
Because you're on pins and needles the entire time. Like
And what was absent that made it even better?
You being absent was funny. Because I didn't think about it because there was just definitely moments of silence.
Yeah.
Where that wouldn't exist with you.
Yeah.
But it was fun talking because I've been watching Worlds since I think like season 3.
Yeah.
And I've been out of it for a while, so I don't really understand the every historical thing.
It's kind of,
but it was fun to kind of tell the story to him, talking about how I was like, oh, Fnatic SKT's coming on. Well, this is going to be a great game. Like historically, those are 2 teams that are always at Worlds, and Fnatic always plays well against SKT.
Yeah.
And Fnatic won. And then I was telling him they were the first world champions, and I was like, I don't really count it because like macro didn't really exist back then. And I think I told him that they invented the bot lane meta of but I think that might have been Moscow 5. It was one of the European teams. I can't remember. But they did win the first Worlds. So it was fun seeing him being like, no, they're a historic franchise. They do count. Just arguing with them. And you got to jump in.
That's what he said?
Yeah, because I was like, that first Worlds doesn't really count. And then he's like, they invented the bot lane meta? Yeah, that counts. I said that first Worlds kind of doesn't really matter to me because it wasn't like I feel like the first worlds that like it was high level was the season 2. The first one was like
even season 2 was like, I mean, TPA was like whatever.
the Taipei Assassins.
Yeah.
Yeah, that I mean, because they were a Taiwan team.
Yeah.
That's weird, right? That
Yes.
Taiwan one.
Yeah.
Because that's like a wild card team at this point.
I mean, they just were like the only people that knew what good champions were. Like that was the biggest thing. Was that like
Well, the first worlds literally is just like
even like that
outplaying each other.
while playing in like season 2. Like
Yeah.
you can't even like they legitimately won because they knew what the strongest champions were, and that's it. Which is like just funny.
And they were like mechanically solid.
They were like whatever.
Then season
had
3
good background.
happened. The Koreans just completely showed the world how to like, maximize everything.
Yeah.
And like this is when things really started getting like rotations were huge.
I mean, it was also, I mean, a big part of that is there started being leagues,
sure.
which you got to credit majority of like the skill increase to,
Right.
Because I mean, playing consistently, professionally, like
Right, against other good teams.
whereas prior it was like legit these what is it, M5s?
How would you
or was it?
Yeah, Moscow 5.
No, not Moscow 5. The events. There was like
Oh, the Intel tournaments.
Intel tournaments. Yeah, and
Yeah.
that's like literally such a big time span between those.
Sure.
And then you get leagues where
was
people are just playing consistently.
I was explaining if you had to explain the Korean style of playing League of Legends, how would you describe it?
Immaculate.
Like methodical,
Yeah.
perfect, knows exactly where to be, slow paced, except when they have a lead, and then they'll force shit.
They choke people out.
They choke the life out of you.
Yes.
And
when
they don't
when
really
you-
make mistakes.
And when you like give them your neck,
Mm-hmm.
they're choking.
Right. How would you describe the Chinese?
Mechanically insane.
Right.
The best mechanics.
Right.
In like the world.
Right.
Europe.
I would also say aggressive
under
for China.
Yeah, also aggressive. Yeah.
Yeah.
Which comes with their mechanic
Yep.
abilities. Europe fighting underdogs
Yeah.
is like, I feel like the best.
I said they were kind of like a mix of China and Korea, where they like have pretty good macro sense, but then they're scrappy. Like they know how to fight, and they usually have pretty great mids.
They randomly just like figure out something
Yeah.
that like the rest of the world doesn't know yet,
Right.
which is weird.
It is weird.
I mean, Korea does it as well. Like Korea invented the wheel,
Yeah.
and they continue to like invent a new wheel each time that like the metas drastically change. But like that wheel gets innovated by Europe majority of the time.
So obviously China has won a lot of worlds in the past like 5 years, and a lot of that is because they just like. I watched this video that kind of explained the meta shift, but I would say the league community probably felt like the meta was solved was the word they used with the Korean style of like choking the life out of you. And then the Chinese were like, we're going to fight for every fucking thing. We don't care if we're behind in goal. We don't care if we're ahead. We're fighting. And then they just started like ugly fights were just, they were outplaying like crazy because of their mechanics. And then that ended up winning. Like Phoenix, FPX was like the first, I think, Chinese team to win it, right?
Yeah.
And like that was like, when they came in, they were like a
I don't know if they were the first Chinese team.
but they were like a fireball. You were like, they were like wild card. We don't know. And
Like,
then they
like
just
their mid lane would sometimes go like 0-5.
right.
And like that was just fine.
But it ended up working out with their like extreme play style. So that like, and then all of a sudden these fucking Chinese teams started winning again. But now I think the pendulum's shifted again. So I know it might be Korea.
Korea again.
So I'm hoping.
Maybe it's Fnatic, man.
I hope it's Europe. Fnatic's not even a 1 seed.
Huh?
They're a 3 seed.
I'm fine with that.
I am too.
Yeah.
I hope that they win.
Yeah. I don't even know who's on Fnatic this year.
And then North America is just shitters. It's just like a hodgepodge of like all the people who are done professionally in their respected leagues and just want to make money.
Yeah.
Yep. And that's what it is.
And even when they're good, sometimes they'll just be like, fuck it.
Fuck it. I'll be shitty.
Yeah, I'll be shitty.
I don't care. America? I don't
play,
care.
I'll play with garbage.
Yeah.
I don't give a shit.
And then they blame the region and then they say, oh, I don't know. You guys are shitters.
Yeah.
It sucks.
There's no fixing you.
Yeah.
I can't win with these fuckers.
You know, North America still has not won any games
Really?
in groups.
0 games?
0.
That's good.
All 3 of them. They're
Really?
trying to go for 0-18.
Really?
That's what the memes are right now. Nope. It's
That'd
embarrassing.
be embarrassing.
It's fucking embarrassing.
That would literally.
People are rooting for that, and I'm like, you guys are fucking losers.
Yeah.
I'm not. Fuck that.
Yeah.
Like, imagine being a Lions fan or a Browns fan during the 0-16 seasons.
Yeah.
Are you happy?
No. I'm not rooting for them to like lose out the last 2 games.
No.
0-18.
Ooh, great.
Yeah.
Cool. We're a bunch of losers.
We're the worst team of all time.
Awesome. Love it.
Yeah, it's lame.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's unfortunate because it always seems like it's supposed to be our year and it's going to be our year.
Mm-hmm.
Then we realize that, just like one team has gotten really good and the rest of the teams in North America got really bad.
Mm-hmm.
So therefore, like, yeah, you go into it excited, but they haven't practiced for a whole season.
It's so annoying watching just like our teams not making good macro decision, or if they're behind, not making any plays to get into the game, or just like any little mistake, a Chinese or Korean team, like Europe is like, all right, we'll duke it off. I just watched G2 versus JDG, and they were down gold, like 4,000 gold. If we were North America, that becomes 10,000 gold.
Yeah.
With them, they found picks, and then all of a sudden, they have a gold lead. They ended up losing because like these are the best teams in the world. So like it was literally back and forth. But like North America could never. They can never just like find these openings to like.
What team is Reckless still playing?
No,
No.
he's off a team right now. It's unfortunate, right?
Sad.
I was telling Tyler about how Reckless is my favorite European player, because he's like one of the only like he's like has a history in League of Legends, and like is one of those players that should actually win and made it to finals.
Yeah.
And then just like
he was
so defeated.
He was a LeBron James in Europe.
Right.
They were like, oh, this guy, like
a
they
prodigy.
signed Fnatic signed Reckless before he could play.
Right.
They were like, all of our stock's in you, buddy.
Mm-hmm.
Like once you hit of age to be able to play in the LCS or whatever, fuck it.
Yeah.
You're with us.
Yeah, I mean he's so good, and he's like macro sense. They just like I just root for the European teams because for one, they can speak English, so I can like actually understand like their personalities.
You can get a connection with them, yeah.
Right. And it feels like they have a fucking chance to win. So yeah, I always root for Fnatic. I always root for G2. Rogue, I don't really have a connection to. Or Mad Lions, I don't really care. But yeah, the Fnatic and G2 are always the teams I'm rooting for.
Who's on Fnatic right now? Is there anybody that I know? Hillesang.
Wonder. These people.
Wonder. I know Wonder with
Yeah.
a U. What is Perks and
Perks is North America now.
is he?
Yeah.
Where
Caps is on G2.
Caps is still
He's
G2.
mid lane, yeah.
Perks is still really?
Yeah, still a shitter.
He
He's wanted to get money.
What team is he on?
It might be like
So he's not even in Worlds right now?
no. No,
Really?
you just come to North America and you suck.
Really?
That's what happens.
That is unfortunate. That guy's still Yankos is G2, Caps G2, Broken Blade.
Yeah, Broken Blade.
TSM alumni, you know that?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah,
I didn't know he was European.
he was not that great in North America.
I know, isn't that funny?
It's not very
Isn't
good.
that annoying?
It's so fucking annoying.
Yeah.
Why can you not just bring that same type of energy?
And then
to us?
also, it was fun going over the casters. Tyler doesn't know any of the casters.
Yeah, I really like
Who's the all-time caster, you think?
all-time caster.
Yeah.
It's probably Freak.
I know, isn't that funny? I was thinking of that too. He's the cringiest, but he fucking sometimes just like he is a great shoutcaster and he has great insight of the game. He's been around since literally season 1.
Yeah.
And he's just pretty on it.
Yeah.
And then you like Azale, obviously.
Yeah.
I like Azale, and I like honestly all the North American casters.
He was a good addition.
Kobe's good. Jat's good.
Yeah. Is Jat back to casting?
Yeah.
Because he was a coach for a little bit.
TL.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Not his calling, huh?
No, I guess not.
Unfortunate.
I guess not.
How do I get to LCS North America? What the fuck?
What are you trying to look for?
What team he's on?
Is Perks?
Yeah.
While you do that, do you want to discuss anything interesting that has happened to us for the past 3 weeks? We had a birthday party. We had weddings. We had another birthday party. We've had plenty of stuff going on. We had your Sunday where the Packers suck.
God, yeah, the Packers sucking really made me so fucking mad.
How about if the Packers won that game in London, our Sunday probably becomes significantly better, right?
Yeah, I mean, you fully checked out after that loss.
Yeah, completely.
You
I paid the bill and I made us all leave.
yeah,
I was like, fuck this.
you said we're walking out, and that was pretty. I was pretty bummed about that because I was still ready to go. Is he on TSM? No. What the fuck? Is he even playing?
I have no idea.
He might not even be playing. Yeah, I mean, we went to a wedding. It's very funny. I thought that you were going around telling people that I ruined that wedding.
Why do you keep thinking who is saying that you ruined the wedding?
It was just Big Trev.
Why do you think
He said it to
tell the story?
2 people.
So
So
we'll look at the perks thing later.
hey man, we're gonna figure out perks. He's dead.
Yeah, maybe
He died. So we're at a wedding. We go to it. The groom, actually, he was already a husband. Do you even call him bride and groom then? It's just
The husband and the wife.
Husband and the wife because they got remarried.
Reuniting their vows.
Yeah, they just they had a small wedding, so they threw another wedding that was full-fledged wedding.
Yeah.
Ceremony and reception. But unfortunately, the husband's sister could not make it.
Yeah.
She's in the army. Deployed. So to make it feel like she was there, they got a cardboard.
Many cardboard cutouts to help direct people from the ceremony to where the reception is within the hotel, because it's kind of a maze throughout the year. So they have
craziest hotel I've ever been in.
They have cardboard cutouts of his sister pointing in the correct direction all the way there. It was significantly helpful.
Yeah, and these cardboard cutouts, they made an announcement even, hey, take pictures with it, send it to her, make her feel happy, because it does suck to miss out on a big event like that. Blah blah blah. You hit the dance floor the whole night. People are telling me and you to get on the dance floor. We try to get on the dance floor a little bit. You get on the dance floor.
Yeah,
they
somebody,
give you
somebody
they
threw
give you
me the cardboard cutout, right?
Yeah, and
so
you're
I dance with it.
You're dancing with it.
It's fine.
I'm not even trying to be on the dance floor. I'm trying to crud across to get to the bar.
Right.
As I'm getting across, you spot me out. You go, James, take this cardboard cutout, dance with it.
Right.
You push it and throw it into me.
Right.
It like falls down on me. But then I go, well, what am I going to do? Not face fuck this cardboard cutout.
Yeah.
So I just start going, oh.
Right.
Oh.
Yeah, have it suck you off.
And I'm having it suck my dick.
Right.
And you're like, oh no.
Whoa.
Everybody behind you is doing that. I look to the right. Her stepmom is just jaw dropped to the floor.
Yeah. So you thought that reaction of people that are like, this wedding is ruined. It is over.
No. I then talked to 2 people about the wedding.
Yeah.
2 separate people, one being T-Voss, one being T-Rod. Both of them go, heard that you ruined the wedding. And that's all they tell me. And I go, what? And they're like, you just had a cardboard cutoff sucking your dick?
Yeah.
And I was like, well, what am I going to do?
Yeah, I'm sure that didn't come up.
Huh?
I mean, I've done worse at weddings. You know what I mean?
No, that's like legitimately they brought. I mean, that's
Sure.
I guess that's how Big Trev was prefacing.
Yeah, I've brought up that people have done cocaine at the weddings and made people mad.
Not at this wedding.
I've stolen food at
Not
weddings.
at this wedding.
No, yeah, nobody did cocaine at this wedding.
Yeah. Yeah, they just went straight fentanyl at this wedding. It was actually a hardcore wedding.
It was surprising.
Yeah.
Didn't expect that.
They actually had a bowl, and it was just a bunch of pills.
Mm-hmm.
They're like, grab a handful.
Yeah, they're a cool wedding.
Yeah, it was a cool wedding.
It was pretty nice.
What can I say?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, few people foaming at the mouth. Speaking of just people dying at a wedding, our buddy, his wife's grandfather, her grandfather, runs a softball league, and he was telling me, he was like, yeah, and he's only had 1 death in his softball league. And he was like, he holds it pretty highly that he's only had 1 death.
That's pretty cool.
And I was like, to be fair, the grandpa is like 85,
Yeah.
and the fact
Oh,
that
it's a senior citizens golf
he had the
or softball league.
softball league, yeah, he's like, we had a heart attack like a few years ago. We've only had one.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, and I was like,
What about in the league? What's the mortality rate?
just one?
No, the whole league across the board of the other teams in the league.
Yeah, one.
Them?
Yeah,
They're the only death in the whole league.
I don't know if it was his team. He
Oh,
like, runs the league.
he's the commissioner of the senior citizens league,
And he's also like on a team as well.
and there's only one death. That's actually pretty good.
And there's like a 70+ team, dude. People more like bar
wait,
league. Bar league softballs just have fucking deaths.
Wait, they died out in the field? Oh no!
Yeah.
Who told you that?
Fucking Fef.
That's tough.
Yeah,
What are you gonna do?
yeah, and
Speaking of things that were told to Fef, do you want to bring that up or no?
no,
Okay.
we don't need to figure that out.
All right, keep going.
But yeah, I was like, that is actually surprising because he's 85 playing, and he's got other people. His team is just like a 70+ team.
So what is he? So he's going around. He goes, "Hey, everybody, I'm the commissioner of the 70+ softball league." in
Well,
Milwaukee."
it's not all 70+. There's like different, there's 40 to 50, there's 50 to 60.
Right. So I
60 to 70.
run a 60 to 70 league. Right. We have 10 teams. I've been running it for a decade now.
Yeah,
We only had one death out there.
yeah.
That's pretty impressive.
Yeah, he's impressed. I'm impressed too, dude. Bar league softball, you catch one right to the chest,
I know.
you die.
These old people.
Yeah,
I know.
and fucking dude, I think that I swam like 3 at this wedding that we were just at.
Right.
I was there the night before, went swimming.
You know, you thought you were going to die there.
I did like 2 laps and I thought I was gonna die.
Right.
I thought I was having a heart attack. So that was pretty impressive.
I didn't know that, sir. You saved it for me?
But, yeah,
The story I was going to say for you, but we took 18 years to get to this episode,
yeah.
was I was telling you when we were at, told the story the other day, but I still think it's so funny. It didn't get as big of a laugh as I thought it was going to do it. It got, anyways, I'm telling you.
Get to it, man.
We
Tell that story.
we were up in the wilderness
Yep.
for Adele's party,
Yes, we were.
and our friend decides to buy a table all on his own.
Yeah.
I was telling him, don't do it.
Yeah.
He was saying, I'm going to do it.
Yep.
We only need to buy 2 bottles. They discover we had 15 people, and they're like, it's going to have to be 3.
Yeah.
Spends $1,200 there.
Yep. Drop in the bucket.
This is a place that is not designed for this. It is
You didn't think so?
it is a tourist trap. No, the Dells in general.
Yeah.
You don't just go to a club there to spend $1,200, right? But he
Yeah.
decides to do it. A lot of money.
Yeah.
And not a lot of people paid for it. I'd say nobody paid for it but him. He just decided, birthday present, here you go. And I thought it was very funny for one of our friends to go like, "Hey man, thanks," and dap him up and hand him a 5. I thought that was so funny.
Yeah.
Because I witnessed it, and he was like, "Hey, good looking out. $5."
Here's 5. Yeah.
And I thought that's so funny, and nobody like. I told the guy, I was like, "That is hilarious that you did that," and he was like, "I was just trying to be nut." Like he didn't realize how like
Insignificant that money was to the $1,200.
to the $1,200, right?
But to be fair, right? That $1,200, oh shit. That $1,200 to him
Right.
might have been less substantial than the $5 to the other guy.
Right, I know.
You know what I mean?
Right.
That-
So yeah, the
that-
$5 that he handed out to the table,
Yeah.
probably hurt because he probably
Percentage based
he
on
probably
just net worth.
he probably halved his wealth there,
yeah.
and then
Whereas that was like not even like a
not
millionth.
not even
Not even a
30%.
millionth of his wealth.
Right. Correct.
What
So
the fuck?
you got logged out.
Yeah.
No, you weren't paying attention.
No, it does this sometimes.
Does what?
Where I have to fucking like fully. God damn it! This is fucked.
What's fucked?
It
Explain it. Talk it out, man.
So what it does is, I think that because it knows that people are just trying to stay logged in,
Yeah.
it like just fully disconnects you
Mm-hmm.
without. Typically, the process is you go away from keyboard, which in game you just like are AFK. You sit down.
Yeah.
And then after being AFK for a certain amount of time, it then puts you, into the login screen.
Yeah.
After that, you get disconnected.
Did you get logged out?
I got fully logged out, and it's like not letting me log in now. Don't know why. The game is fucking fucked. Everything's absolutely fucked.
Can I see? No, look at that.
Yeah. And now I'm not even on the
Unfortunate.
right client, which fucking is not good. Maybe I got banned. Who knows?
Why would you get banned?
I don't know. I do things.
Or do you what's the word? Do you have your little brother playing?
No.
You've done that before, right?
Yeah, but on a different game, not on World of
Right, on
Warcraft.
Diablo?
Yeah, Diablo. Diablo, I have my brother play all the time. This, it's not so much. I mean, I don't know if it's like illegal if I can stay logged in and stuff.
That's not illegal.
I know.
It's a
but
fucking video
it
game,
might be
dude.
no. I mean, like terms of service wise, not illegal, obviously.
Yeah,
But
they're not gonna be like
Yeah,
they're not gonna be like, oh.
logging in the
Boys.
game. Oh, we're good.
Yeah, you're good.
We're good.
What's the
Because the issue is if you get fully disconnected, you can
Yeah.
get put into the queue. You get like a 5-minute grace period thing.
So you're getting logged right back on?
Oh yeah, it's fucking good.
Nice.
But yeah, it is nice that he tried to do that act of kindness.
Mm-hmm.
But it is so funny that $5. I mean,
It was 20.
was it 20?
I just like to say 5.
I mean, still $20. That doesn't even buy.
It doesn't change anything.
Yeah,
It doesn't. Yes, it doesn't even buy 2 drinks of the bottles.
yeah.
Probably.
Barely even buys one.
Yeah, I think Succession has one of the greatest takes in bottle service and tables.
Yeah,
It's 2 of the best characters on the show, Greg and Tom. And Greg is coming from no money, completely poor. And Tom is also not part of the family, but he's been married into they are the wealthiest family in the world or whatever.
Yep.
Tom has been married in for like maybe 7 years. So he's been rich for a while. So he's kind of showing Greg the ropes. And Greg is like, why? So we just come up here, pay all this money to drink gold bottles when all the fun's down there. And then Tom is like, yeah, I know. It's awesome, right? It's so fucking cool. And that's it.
it makes no sense.
You pay way more bottles like of alcohol.
Yeah.
Alcohol that you have already at home
Yep.
to be away from all the fun
Yeah.
for nothing.
And this one was even funnier because like where we were, we literally just overlooked the dance floor.
Yeah. Yeah, we get to watch all the fun.
And we like weren't even like hooked up to the dance floor.
Nope.
Like getting down there was like actually a hassle.
Right, yeah, and
And
like
to get back up would even be a hassle. So like yeah, it was fun being there though.
it's a genius move.
Yeah. Take the rich people away from the fucking scum.
I know, disgusting.
Yeah. What am I going to do? Let one of those motherfuckers dance on
But
it?
also, isn't the idea to like sneak girls into it and bring them in?
Yeah.
They're not even walking by. So like, what do you have to do? Hey, we got a table down. Follow me.
Yeah.
So dumb.
That's what we did for a bit.
Did
Me-
you?
Me and Trill.
Did it work?
We were just feeding shots of Rumplemans to people.
To random ladies?
Yeah. Open up. Then we slap their ass.
It is thinking about those Del's trips. This happened to I have a new boss, right? And he was telling me this story.
Because the other one got fired at a Brewers game.
Not true. Not true.
No, that was just a completely different guy that you worked with.
I don't know what you're talking about.
The one guy that just was like,
Oh, I know the story you're talking about, but anyways, he had a very similar story to us where they just go to the strip club, right? They go back to their big cabin, they get a knock on the door, and they just have a stripper in their house for the rest of the night, right?
and
Because the guys like are looking for Kevin, and they're like, Kevin, all right, and they bring him in, and this stripper comes in, similar to us, to just a house of 17 guys. You know what I mean?
yeah,
Like, nothing happened to her. She
Yeah.
was safe. Always going to be safe.
yeah.
I don't know why.
Why did she learn to do that ever in her life?
That is such a, like,
That's everything that I'm taught not to do. And I'm a male.
I wouldn't want to do that for, like, as a male, going to a room of 17 women.
Yeah.
That I don't know.
Well, I mean, that's because I'm misogynistic, but
It's sure. But, like, whatever, like, and then for her to be like, yeah, I'll do this.
yeah.
And she stayed over,
Took a bath.
had her way with her friend, and she left all of her money that we gave her from like the strip club in the bathroom, and people were just playing with them. I mean, we could have robbed her, taken everything. We let her take but it's just, I was like, you have so much confidence and like trust. I don't understand it. And the boss was like, yes, same thing.
I mean, it was before the Jeffrey Dahmer docu-series came out. So.
I know, right? And because that didn't happen before the document series.
Yeah. Well,
You're never going to watch that, right?
No.
Me either. No interest.
Yeah. I mean, I know the stories.
I know.
Yeah.
Yeah. The stories that we tell at bonfires of like people around our city just growing up being here is going to be way better than like.
It's funny to get like, other people to have insight on Milwaukee now, though.
That they're like the cops.
They're sickos over there.
Yeah. Well,
they party hard over there, especially their gay community.
I do. I mean,
their gay community really rocks out over there.
That really does speak to what our city is, right? Like we just have gay people around, right? And
don't touch me.
Yeah, get away.
Do not touch me.
And just him systematically killing a bunch of black people, and then being like, well, I don't know. Black people go, they missing every day.
Did you hear that Shane Gillis joke?
Which one?
The one about Jeffrey Dahmer?
No.
It's a pretty bad one. He goes, you guys hear about this Jeffrey Dahmer guy going around killing a bunch of gay black people? Who does he think he is? AIDS?
It's okay.
I like that. I liked how simple the joke is, but it's just funny.
You ever hear about the Patrice O'Neal joke about missing people?
Mm-mm.
He was like, I like looking at women and figuring out how long they would look for you if you went missing. And like he went to a hot white girl and they were like, they'd find you the next day. And then they went to a black girl and he was like, they would never look for you ever.
Yeah.
And that's what like Jeffrey Dahmer, like with all the gay black people.
Yeah.
Those guys would never be found.
Literally, yeah.
Like if it wasn't for that one guy to escape. I mean, like they didn't give a fuck whatsoever. And like if it was a white woman.
So a black guy escaped and like told on him?
Yeah. Yeah, he just targeted gay black guys. I mean, was it also
Then one Asian.
You know what's interesting about him? That when you think about serial killers, right?
Yeah.
It's always there's always they're obviously twisted, right? And it's usually like a sexual connection with them. And why they kill people is like they're usually sexually aroused to the thrill of killing, right? That like feeling, and they usually get off to it. But with Jeffrey, it was like the thing that he wanted wasn't the killing part. It was like he was like alone and he liked being around the people, and he just needed like somebody to comfort him. So like their dead bodies being around him, that's what he just wanted, that connection,
Really?
So, and he actually hated killing the people. It was just like a means to get to where he wanted to go. He like would kill them when they were like sleeping. It was like I was watching a video. They were like a very Midwestern serial killer. Like he was polite about it, the way he would kill them, because he'd like kill them when they were sleeping, or he'd like get them fucked up, or he'd get himself fucked up because he just wanted to like have control of being around them, which is very. That's why. Yeah.
Why'd he eat them?
He didn't eat. He ate one of them once.
Oh, really?
Yeah. He didn't. He wasn't really like a cannibal. He like ate it just to try it, but like he would like smash these guys' heads in like make their bones into like bits, and he wanted to like spread it all around the house just so that they were kind of always around. It was more of that. Yeah, like.
And what fucked him up? What made him crazy?
I mean, that's always the thing. Is it this one inciting incident? I mean,
he was just like abused as a kid or something.
I don't know. I think it's just an amalgamation of the things. A lot of times people say it's the mom connection. They had a terrible connection with their mother, but I mean, sometimes people are just fucked up and they don't get the help they need, and then it just manifests into that. You know,
Yeah.
it's no good. But that's why I think that's why
weird-
Jeffrey Dahmer.
It's weird that we make so many of them though, and well-known ones
What?
like Jeffrey Dahmer,
White guys?
Jeffrey Dahmer, Ed Gein.
Oh, Wisconsin. I mean, that's just
Yeah.
two of them.
I mean, two are the biggest ones.
I mean, California has some, right?
California's big.
Zodiac.
California's big.
I mean, Wisconsin does it right. We do it right.
Yeah, we got just people that collect bones and stuff.
Yeah.
Pretty weird.
Bill Burr has the best joke on Ed Gein.
Yep.
It's not even a joke. It's just like a statement. It's just he was like, Ed Gein is like
A bad guy.
the goat of them
Yeah.
because he was doing that shit, making people out into lamps, into furniture, skinning people alive and shit like that. Like
Yeah.
literally like a scientist type thing. He was doing that before the internet and before movies were made. So that was like all off the dome. Like he's the creative genius when it comes to it.
Yeah.
And then all these other guys
He invented the wheel.
I mean, literally. So, like, then that's where, like, Silence of the Lamb is based off of, or Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Yeah.
That's so many movies are based off of him.
It's funny because
And-
people don't actually know Ed Gein too.
well, because there's no, like, Ed Gein.
Docu-series.
It's just, like, amalgamations of what he did.
Just based off of him, yeah.
Right. Like, when you think of, like, making people into furniture,
Yeah.
I don't know if you do, but generally people think of like Texas Chainsaw Massacre, right?
Yeah.
And it's like you don't think of Wisconsin serial killer when it's Texas Chainsaw Massacre. And there's some other Texas murderers that happen, but yeah, that one is that's us, baby.
Yeah.
We do it big, we do it right.
That's Wisconsin, baby.
Mm-hmm.
We do it good.
Yeah, and I just have no interest in this Jeffrey one. It feels weird that like usually
So close to home.
well that and like with the Zodiac killer, like all those fucking people are dead. They're so old. Who cares? Like most of the like this just happened like 30 years ago. So like most of the victims' families are still like,
Yeah.
hey, we are not rocking with this.
Yeah. We're still trying to process this.
Yeah, it's weird.
This is fucked up.
It's weird.
Yeah, we don't want to revisit this.
Yeah, especially because like we have like friends and family who were like alive and around
Yeah.
when it happened. We have like people's family members that were part of the trial. It's just
Yeah.
like it's funny to think like everybody in the world is now talking about it.
Yeah. It's weird that he just like got like forgotten about.
Nah, I mean, what do you mean?
Like, I mean, he's getting brought to the forefront more now.
He'll get it. It goes in waves, doesn't it? I mean, I'm sure when Jeremy Renner made the Jeffrey Dahmer movie back then, people were talking about it a lot.
Jeremy Renner made it.
Yeah, he played Jeffrey Dahmer.
Really?
Yeah, it's called Dahmer.
What the heck?
Yeah, like 2003. You never saw that movie?
No.
It sucks.
Is it bad?
Yeah.
You heard about Adriana Chechik? You know who this woman is?
No.
She's a porn star.
I probably do know her. I don't know her name.
She's like a throat fuck queen.
Throat what?
Throat fuck queen.
I don't know her then. I don't like that shit.
No.
No, I don't like.
One of the bigger porn stars though. She also streams on Twitch.
Okay.
Got big because obviously porn star Twitch
Easy.
going to go hand in hand
Right.
with success. Goes to TwitchCon, which just happened.
Is she the one who broke her back?
Yeah. Jumps off into a foam pit, does like the splits, lands, breaks her back in 2 spots. Come to find out, there's like girls just like that dislocated their knees. falling
Yeah.
off the
So
shit.
I don't. TwitchCon is not the first time they've done it before, right?
But
They've done TwitchCon before, right?
Yeah.
Why? I kept reading so many things on Twitter about the horrible planning, the injuries. What's her name?
Amaranth,
Amaranth stepping on people's throats and taking pictures with them. I mean, that was just fun, but
yeah,
it was just like a complete failure. I'll watch the Penguin Zero video. He'll probably explain it the best.
is he
But
got a video on it?
I'm sure he will.
Yeah,
It just seems to be a complete disaster. Why? With
I mean TwitchCon. I mean these conventions are just
they
like,
always fuck up, isn't it the best?
I mean it makes sense though. These are conventions like for weirdos.
Well, also think about this, right?
Like
When it comes to event planning, there are conventions that you never hear about. And another thing that you can think about is like event planning is kind of like State Fair
Yeah.
or Summerfest, and shit never goes wrong at these things.
yeah,
Or like It's always new events.
But
things.
TwitchCon and like mainly TwitchCon, it's like directed for just like nerds. Like
Well,
these,
don't even
these
just-
are these are people that sit behind their keyboard all day.
Don't think it's
and
Firefest.
and they like type like Monka S. They type Keck W all day.
Right.
And then they go and meet people in person.
And find other fucking freaks like
Find
that.
out they're fucking freaks. And they take pictures with them.
Well, let me look up some other.
Did you recently see that video of the furry convention?
Yeah, no, of course.
Where
The
the
internet
guy-
historian.
Huh?
The internet historian. When he just makes videos about these conventions. There's Fire Festival.
But
There's
did you see this most
Rainforest.
recent clip of this guy at a furry convention thing?
Yeah.
And he's in a wheelchair. I don't know. Actually, I shouldn't call him he. I think it might have been
Non-binary?
non-binary or something like that.
Yeah.
Because he's like, this person's
Stop saying
screaming.
he.
They are screaming
Yeah.
at like a bunch of other furries. Like,
Yeah.
I suck dick for cock, and like
Very cool.
starts calling people the F slur,
Right.
And like screaming it,
Sure.
and like saying I sucked his dick,
Yeah.
and like saying
No, I don't know.
just
What is this?
crazy shit, and then finally, like the person's getting recorded by somebody, and after he says, or they say, I suck dick for cock,
Yeah.
which is just a funny line.
Yeah.
They grab like some person's phone and knocks it out. This person's in a wheelchair, mind you.
Yeah.
Person comes up and just fucking clotheslines him out of the wheelchair.
That's very cool.
Yeah, this person's just screaming the F slur like a bunch, like getting very angry.
Yeah.
I don't even know what they're angry about, but they're angry at these other furries.
Speaking of the furries, I mean, we ran into them when we got off the party bus for our friend's wedding, right?
Yeah.
And I mean, I couldn't believe it.
Yeah. I didn't know that they actually existed.
I know, and seeing them in person was the greatest.
Yeah.
And what's funny is I go up to them and I was like, okay, so you guys are looking great. What are the please explain the costumes? Like, what do we got going on, right? And
Yeah.
they're like, like this is my persona, right? And that word persona,
Yeah.
like this is who their true selves are, right?
Yep.
I didn't understand that is like synonymous with the community. Like they all call them their personas.
Yeah.
And they all like
'Cause-
want to fuck in them and like that's what it is.
Because it's not like sometimes it's not even real animals. It's just like this like weird amalgamation of like animals put together.
and they embody it
Yeah.
and
That's how they feel.
we're done.
That's what they feel like.
We've done it.
We did it.
We should be furries.
I would be.
Goodbye.
See ya.